What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about a couple everyday carry firearms, but mainly reasons behind why I carry certain things. But also, this isn't to make fun of anyone's everyday carry, right? We all buy what we buy for certain reasons, whether it's size, caliber, capacity, what activities you do, price, it can be anything. And usually we all have a reason for what we carry. Now, there's been some firearms that have been released with a lot of hype behind them, and there's been some that have been having issues, right? And so this is a perfect time for me to make a video to finish my point on what I've been trying to say for the longest. I know I'm still going to have a bunch of keyboard warriors saying, oh, boo, boo, boo. I don't care. Drop a comment, hit the like button, put it down below. It all helps me get in the algorithm. If you got something to say, I don't mind hearing it. That's the whole point of this channel. I'm not going to just be hard-headed and not listen. I'm going to be respectful and reasonable with whatever you write. So help the channel out even if you don't like the video. But the Canik Meta MC9. I personally know one person who has one with issues. I know people in my comment section under my videos about my Caniks, they've been having major issues. I know two people, well, I don't know them, but I met two people personally in the last couple weeks, maybe the last month, at my local range with Caniks. One already sent back, one still having problems, and it was the MC9 as well. There's a lot of people that wanted this firearm. A lot of people who wanted this exact setup that Canik put out because it's awesome. It's super ergonomic. It's got a decent finish on it. It's got a rail. It's got an amazing trigger, even though it's a very tiny trigger guard. It has a lot of great features, and it's right out of the box at a good, reasonable, decent price. So what not to like about the Canik? Here's the problem. The worst situation that could possibly happen is a release like that and what's happening now, right? For instance, Taurus, they were killing it, right? Everyone was all of a sudden going from their Glocks and trusting their Tauruses. People were diehard for Tauruses, right? Then what happened? The GX4 recall hit. Now you just sort of don't hear as much from those people. You don't hear people backing and defending them, even though it has nothing to do with them. That's on the company. Taurus should be putting out firearms that are drop safe regardless of the price. That should be an automatic first check on the checklist. So I don't blame those people because I loved my GX4 too, and I've carried my Tauruses before as well. So, that's not on us. But here's the thing. Remember when the Echelon came out from Springfield? You were trying to just find one YouTube video, and literally that's all you could see, and it was the same review over and over and over. And yes, I love the Echelon. I think it's a great firearm. I think it handles really well. It's a very accurate shooter, sweet shooter, all that. But I didn't like the rollout. I didn't like how they force-fed it, pushed it on everyone as being the best product in the world, and that basically you need to get it because it's the new thing. It's a new version of a compact. It's going to be the new Glock 19 killer. It's going to be the new... You guys, we've heard it all before. When are we going to just stop listening to the hype? My Canik, like I said, I was so excited for this thing to be in my carry rotation. I actually made a video talking about how it's going to be in my carry rotation, that I really like the texturing, the ergonomics, the shootability, everything behind it, and that for summer, this is an amazing carry firearm. And then people kept warning me, so I kept testing it, and then it came true. But yet you'll have people that talk down on me for carrying a Smith & Wesson M&P 40 Shield 7+1 of 357 SIG with some of the best ammo you'll ever find, civil liberty defense ammo. They will talk down on me for this, which will never have a malfunction. First of all, 357 SIG being a bottleneck cartridge is about as reliable as can get. Plus the Shield platform is just... unbeaten reliability. It's like a Glock. They'll say, oh, but it doesn't have the capacity of the Canik. But guys, what happens when you can't get through one magazine on your Canik? And that's the issue with me. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I've made it through multiple magazines at this point, but sometimes it feels like you can't make it through one magazine. I kid you not. And it's just having more issues. It's not like the issues were like crazy at first. It ran flawlessly for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds, even hollow points. Hollow points that certain firearms I have can't run because they're light specialty ammos, right? And then started having issues. It was really weird. It was like the opposite of a normal firearms break-in period or whatever you want to call it. People also talk down on the Glock 26. Oh, it has no rail, blah, blah, blah. All these aftermarket parts in order to make it good. But guys, the difference is these three firearms right here all go bang every time and always will go bang every time. This FN 503 sat in my pocket for 3.5 years. Soaked up dirt, gunk, cotton, glue, primer, lint, PVC shavings, PEX shavings, literally everything. FN did a phenomenal job cleaning it and restoring it and, doing some work on it. But absolutely a reliable firearm. I have thousands of rounds through this, and it sat in my pocket and just got beat the heck up for 3.5 years. Now, what would you take? I know you're going to say, oh, that's a single stack. It's outdated. But are you going to take a firearm that struggles to get through a couple magazines? Or are you going to trust your life with 6+1 or with the larger mag, 8+1 of 9mm that will save your life and go bang every time? You guys should see what the striker looked like on this thing. You would not believe. This one time I pulled out the striker for cleaning, the amount of gunk built up in there scared me because I'm like, does this firearm still function even? I tell the story all the time about my FN 503 that I went to my aunt's Christmas tree farm and was shooting it, and I had just wood shavings. I had just dirt, just stuff falling out of the firearm as I was shooting it, and it was just running it. It was literally eating every single round and spitting it back out. And so in this situation, it's just one of those things. It's not a I told you so or anything like that. It's just, why would you ever count out stuff that is proven to be reliable? That is a proven track record. This right here with this firearm, or with this setup, even with the barrel, you can get for less than the Canik. And you know for a fact that this is never going to have an issue, right? I get capacity and all that. But also the Glock 26, spend another $75. Yes, it's not going to have a rail. You can suck it up with 150 lumens. This will never mess up on you. I kid you not. My Glock 26s have been flawless. So that's why I just say these things about the hype. The hype, a lot of times, is exactly that. That is a testing period. The hype is these people putting out these videos because they got a good deal on a firearm or they got the firearm for free. So they're not going to try and ruin 100% of the relationship. They might give a couple minor things like, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. But overall, this is the greatest thing. But then we all go out and buy it, and now we all have issues. And now you see these channels and pages start to come around, which I do appreciate when they do come back around. So I'm telling you guys, firearms and everyday carry is not about, it shouldn't be about hype. It should be about safety. It should be about reliability. But then there's firearms. I showed you my FN, right? There's firearms like this that come out, and instead of saying it's the greatest thing like they said about this Canik, they said the Canik is the greatest, blah, blah, blah. It's all the hype, even though this was late to the game, and this is a bigger version of the Micro 9s. This was a very silent drop. Now, a lot of people were interested in it, and there were some videos, but it wasn't pushed on you and just jammed down your throat. And guess what? Which one is better? 100% this FN is just, it's not even close. And that's just my personal opinion. The FN Reflex is an absolute beast of a firearm, and then you pair that with knowing the quality of the FN 503. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this FN Reflex may be one of my number one go-to carry firearms. It is just, it's not even close. And it just shows you that the hype isn't real. You didn't see this 100 times down your page. You saw a couple videos here and there on it, a couple little, which makes sense, right? They're supposed to review these firearms. But they also did it before the product was even allowed to be sold yet. You couldn't find the Reflex for months and stuff like that. Absolutely awesome firearm. I trust this thing so much more. I don't have as many rounds with it, but I already know FN quality. And yes, you're going to say the price. But here's the thing. Once again, $75 price difference. If you're not worried about running an optic on your everyday carry firearm that is this small that you'll never use the optic for at the range, $500 out the door for this color. Obviously, you have to pay tax, but absolutely love this thing. It's come with better sights than the Canik. I mean, that's why I try and tell people. Over here, I get made fun of a lot. I get talked down on. I'm sure other channels talk down on me, stuff like that. But the truth behind it is I'm real. I'm realistic. I don't say you have to go out and spend $2,400 on a Staccato. I'm not out there saying you shouldn't spend $250 on a Taurus. I'm saying buy something that fits your lifestyle. Buy something that is going to make you feel safe. Buy something that's reliable. You can have a Taurus, which my Tauruses have ran more flawlessly than my Canik, that runs thousands and thousands of rounds without a single hiccup. You can also have Glocks that have jams in the first magazines, which I have had before. You can get a little bit about everything, but here's the thing. Don't fall for the hype. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for your family, and then you're not going to be playing catch up. Whenever you fall for the hype, you never truly fall in love with that product Because for me, when I buy something that I really like or that I know I really want to carry or really want to get good with, I'm all in for it. And I really like get obsessed with it in a way. Just like this reflex. I'm obsessed with this reflex. I can already tell. This is going to be one of my favorite firearms for years. You know what I mean? And you can see right here, I've been carrying something they said was late to the game, a single stack FN 503 at work, 60, 65 hours a week. But I didn't care because this thing I knew would go bang. I knew it was there for me when I need it. And I'd rather have 6+1 reliable rounds than 12 or 15+1 of unpredictable rounds. Anyways, guys, hope you understood the point of the video. I love my Canik. The only difference is I wish it ran like my FN. Thanks for watching, guys.